Hello, welcome back to my channel. We are gonna do something a little bit different today. In 2019, I started bullet journaling. That's right, I started following the Bujo hashtags. I bought myself a Scribbles That Matter bullet journal. I thought today it might be fun to do my February monthly setup with you. In January, I saw a lot of success with my bullet journaling practice. So it became an integral part of my morning. It's something that I have worked into my morning rituals, and it stays with me all day long. We've even started doing some household budgeting in the bullet journal, and my husband's come to recognize that if you have a question about what day a payment comes out or anything like that, you go to the back of the pink Bible. If you look up bullet journal monthly setups on Pinterest or YouTube or Instagram, you're gonna find some really elaborate setups. I'm not about that as far as my bullet journaling is concerned. I want to keep it simple so that I can get it done and move on to the other important things that I have to do in my day. In this bullet journal setup, you'll see a quote page, a title page with an extra fun little activity for the month of February, and there's more on that in my Creative Journaling for Recovery group if you're curious to know more when we get to that part. There's also my rolling weeklies, and I'm going to show you how I set up one of them because I'm going to set up all 4 of them identically. That will take me right through from the 1st of February through to the 29th. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. So I did go in and do some of the work in pencil just to make my life a little bit easier, and I'm now panicking a little because I can't find my black brush pen. There we go. Okay, so I am going to be using some pinks because it's February and, you know, the month of love. What I'm focusing on in February is loving myself. So I've got a project that I'm doing in my group that I kind of mentioned earlier on in this video. And it's all centered around, there it is, it's all centered around loving yourself and taking note every day of the things that you have to love about yourself. The quote for this month is, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." And that's a quote by Buddha. Okay, so there's the quote, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection." I will erase the pencil from that, but I'm just going to give it plenty of time to dry because I have had bad experiences in the past with pen smudging when I erase it. Okay, so I just want to put a little tiny bit of embellishment on this before I move on. I love the look of craft paper. I'm sure that it'll be a trend that that passes at some point, but I did a couple of pages in my January bullet journal spread with craft paper and stamps, and I'm absolutely in love with it, so I'm going to use it in February, because why not, right? Why not? Okay, so the reason that I'm putting these embellishments on here is to spruce it up a little bit, but also because I've got something that's going to go on my next page. The page beside this is my title page, and there's something that's going to be going on my title page that has got a lot more color and fun to it. This is going to be my February title page. It's an envelope. Inside it, I've got an activity that was inspired by a YouTuber that I absolutely fell in love with. This idea from her February spread. I'll link that below, her video below, so that you can go and have a look at it if you want to see more from her. But she had this idea to do 29 things I love about me for the month of February. So rather than focusing outwardly, focuses more inwardly, which is something that I am all about. Getting to know yourself, self-awareness, self-love, self-compassion, empathy, all of that wonderful stuff. So this is going to be on my title page, which is why I put February in the front of the envelope. So the only part of the title page that I have left to do is going to be my little arrow. And for that, I'm going to use this color, I think, and I'm torn. I'm not sure if I want to outline it. So maybe I just won't, and we'll see how it goes. I'll outline it later if I decide to. How's that? How's that for an idea? So these pens are Faber-Castell. I think they're India ink pens, Pitt pens. I believe it's India ink in them. I love them. The ink goes on so nicely, and you can layer them so you can create a shadow with really one pen. You can also do like an ombre effect with one pen, which is pretty cool. I'm not very good at it yet. I've only tried it a couple of times. I need some more practice at it, but it sure is fun to do. So like this arrow is supposed to look like a ribbon that's been bent, so I can actually layer some more ink onto this part of it and make it look darker, like it's in a shadow. I don't know if you can see that, but I love the way that looks. All right, and I did put Open Me on here as a practice run to make sure that I could fit it and make it look cute. Open Me. Okay, so I have decided I'm going to outline this. I'm going to outline it loosely, not like, carefully. Okay, and then this goes here. So if you're not doing, if you haven't done a project like this, then you'll have to, maybe you could put your February calendar on here. I don't do a monthly calendar every month, only because I did a yearly calendar at the very beginning of my bullet journal, and I'll show you. And I flip back to it to reference months, and I've got different things written on there. I've got like our, this is just a calendar, and then on this one I've got the one on the next page, I've got our like monthly bills and payments and money coming in, money going out kind of thing. So I reference that calendar all the time, so I find I don't need a calendar for every month, and I'm not about doing extra things just for the sake of doing them. So if you're in my group, you will know that I recently went into my garage and pulled out my ginormous, well, to me it's ginormous, but my stash of stickers from my days as a scrapbooker. They've been in the garage since my daughter was about 5, I think, or 6, and she is now 20. And it's like shopping in your own, when you find clothes that you forgot you had in the back of the closet, it feels like you're shopping in your own closet. That's what this felt like, shopping in my own closet. And so in the stickers, I also found some interesting little adhesive thingies. Like there's these little tabby doodads, which at the time were pretty phenomenal. We've come a long way, but so I figured, why not use this stuff, right? It's not doing anybody any good just sitting in my garage. So I'm going to stick that in there, and ta-da, I have my title page, which is dual purpose, self-love, page. So there, that's done. Moving right along, the next page in here is going to be a rolling weekly spread. Now, this is not something that I see a lot of people doing, but it works really, really, really well for me. I absolutely love it. I'll show you what it looks like. It gives me a chance to, like, I've got a list of tasks here, and it'll give me the chance to pick a task that I want to work on. I mark when I start working on it, and then if I finish it, I mark that off so that I know that it's finished. And at the end of the week, I take anything that didn't get done off of this and I move it to my next week and add on anything new, any new tasks that need to get done. So for your further education and somebody to better explain this than myself, I will link in the description below this video, I will link the woman that I learned this technique from. I'm sure it has a proper name, and I'm likely not doing it any justice at all, but I'll link that below so that you can go and have a look at her video and see how she set this up and how it all works. And for today, I just wanted to show you, I just wanted to take you along with me as I set up my February journal. So I'm not going to get into all that. Okay, so I like using my letter stamps. They make things a lot quicker. So I'm just going to stamp the days of the week in here, which, because I know I've used this before, I know where they go. Also because I kind of marked out a loose guideline in pencil before I started filming. Thursday, Friday, where's my S? Saturday. Cool, okay. And just because I like to keep things simple, I'm going to, ooh, no, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna decorate this. Yay, yay. Let's do some more of that kind of blocking, but this time, instead of ripping it, I'm going to cut it. Too big. I don't want my decoration to take up too much of the space, because I do use up the space quite a lot of it. I try to be as efficient as I can because these bullet journals aren't inexpensive, and I want to make sure that I get the best use out of it that I can. Use it as well as I can. Okay. I also want to make sure that I can fit everything that I need onto this page. I have one week in January, I ran out of space on my weekly tasks, my rolling weekly. I ran out of space for the tasks. And it wasn't because I was particularly productive that week any more than any other week. It was because of the way that I had set it up. I tried out several different layouts that week, or that month, just to see what I liked. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to stamp the word tasks at the top of here on my little craft paper. I've seen lots of bullet journalers using Post-its for embellishing, as well as for putting tasks on that they can move around from day to day or week to week in their journal, which is awesome in my opinion. Okay, so these are my tasks. Okay, so now, as I write a task down, I'll put a dot here to indicate that it's a task that needs to get done. Then I'll be able to write out what the task is, and then indicate here when I start it and all the fun stuff that comes after that as far as tracking to make sure that it gets done. Okay, on the opposite side of this page, I am going to draw some lines and make sure that there's a little bit of room for every day of the week. And on this side, I actually write in notes. So if there's something specific that happened this day that I want to take note of, or if there is an appointment that I've got on this particular day, I'll write it in here as well. This month I actually would like to do, I would actually like to use a little bit of color over here. Just for fun. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Ooh, scared myself. Awesome. Okay, so let's glue those down. I'm just using glue stick. I know tape runners are easier, but I'm out of tape runners, so glue stick it is. I'm a big use what you've got fan. As you could tell when I said I went to my garage and got my old stickers out. I've seen some amazing I've seen some really cool stamp sets as I've been watching these bullet journalers on YouTube. I've seen some of them have calendar stamp sets, which would be awesome, and I'd probably put a lot more calendars all over my bullet journal if I had that stamp set, because to be honest with you, it's not all that fun writing out all of the days of the month over and over and over again. And it's not efficient either, but a stamp would be really awesome. There's also some cute calendar sticker sets as well. Okay, so I've got that done. Now I can stamp in, and you can see I'm just using a really simple color palette, nothing elaborate. And I'm not going to be overly precious about making sure that these abbreviations for the days of the week are straight. It's not top priority to me. For this, or maybe I might even do it in color. This will be week 5. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, super duper simple rolling weekly bullet journal spread. And this is the one, I'll just repeat this for week 6, 7, and 8, and then that'll be it for February. Just as simple as that. And as soon as I say, soon as it's out of my mouth, just as simple as that, I realize I really want that line at the top to be thicker. So I'm gonna make it thicker. That's better. Yes, okay. So there you have it. Super easy peasy bullet journal layout. I've got a quote page, my title page, which is also a fun activity for self-love for the month of February, and then my rolling weekly spread, which I'll repeat for weeks 6, 7, and 8. I hope you enjoyed this video. As I mentioned, in the description below, you'll find all the links to the amazing bullet journal people that I have learned these things from. They probably explain it a whole lot better. So have yourselves a wonderful day, and I'll see you the next time.